My name is Lucio, and I will teach you how to make huevo a la mexicana. For those people that don't know Latino Spanish or any of Latino language, it means Mexican styled eggs. So this is going to be step 1 of 3-step program. Welcome. If you want to see the whole video, please click here. The ad will appear and you have to pay exactly $99. Okay, thank you for paying. Alright, first thing that we need is a cutting pad. If you don't have it, then find a plate like that. Next, you need a tomato, you need a jalapeno, and you're gonna need onions, you're gonna need a pan, you're gonna need a knife. Because you're a beginner and you're trying to learn how to cut, I suggest the smallest knife you have, but not like a plastic knife. They don't work. I tried it. And then you're gonna need 4 eggs. I'm gonna do 1 serving. If you wanna do more servings, just add 2 extra eggs. If you wanna add a person. Alright, let's begin. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut the top. You see this? You have to cut it off. It's not important. So now we're gonna just cut it small or just a little bit big chunks, depending on if you cut it into smaller pieces. Don't try to make it too small. Make it like into little squares. That's good. Now you have to find a plate. Put them in the side for now. Next is the jalapenos. You're gonna cut this top and you put it away. And then you just cut it into small. Try to make it as not too small nor not too big. It has to be pretty perfect. If you don't put it too perfect, then yeah. Funny story is when I first started to cook, I had no idea how to cut, and I almost cut my finger. So yeah, and also have to make sure, make sure you don't cut your finger because that's bad. Don't do that. And you put that on the plate. Next, you're gonna cut the onions. It doesn't really matter. You can use red onions, white onions. It doesn't really matter. And you just cut it down. Make sure you don't get cut. Make sure you're not very slippery, because if you are slippery, you will get cut. You can put as much onions as you want, but don't put too much because it's just gonna taste like onions. And then you put it here, and there we go. Now you put all these things away, and then you have to put one of these small plates. It doesn't really matter. It has to be small. And then you're gonna get your eggs. You're gonna smash it down, open it up, put it aside, and you repeat this 4 times. I'm just gonna keep this. And the last one. The next step is optional, but it's a personal thing. What I do is I get some salt, put it on top. Don't put too much. You just measure it, and then get a fork, and then you just do this. Move it. Make sure it's completely yellow. Don't make sure it's clear. It has to be completely yellow, and you just keep doing this. Make sure you do this for 30 seconds to make it perfect. Alright, we're done. Step 1 is complete. Now for step 2, the cooking thing. Alright, step 2. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the preparation. I'm gonna put a disclaimer. My lawyers told me if you get burned or killed, I have to put this to make sure you don't sue me. Alright, let's do this. First now, you're gonna put your oil. It doesn't really matter. It could be canola, it could be corn, it doesn't matter. You have to measure it. Make sure it's like half. Like that. Just for the beginning right now. And if you see, actually, I'm gonna put a little bit more. If you see, it's depends at the pan you have as well. I'll put a little bit more. There we go. Make sure you move it around, just to make the egg like not stick into the pan. If you have some spray, you can do spray, but I prefer oil. Next, what we're gonna do is get a wooden spoon to whip. But no, we're not gonna do that. That's for another video. But now, we're gonna wait until the oil is heated, and then when you know it's done, you'll see like a little tingly sometimes, or now you can feel the heat. But what I do, I just wait for 1 minute. let's stop the video for one. Okay, now get your egg. If you want to test it if it's heated hot enough, you just drop it, and it's good. Now you just simply drop it. Make sure it goes all around. There you go. Now just leave it there. What you have to do is, we're not gonna make it scramble. So instead, you're just gonna grab your wooden spoon and make sure all the eggs go over here. Like, just drag it along. Don't make it scramble. Just let it stay right there for a little while. You just repeat it. As you can see here, all the egg is going in the middle, but that's a good thing. See? Now it's going over there. And you just keep doing that until basically almost all of it is like this in the middle. Now what you have to do, if you want, you can just flip it like this. It doesn't have to be like perfect flip, it could just be like this. As long as it's in the other side, it's good. If you're like good, not as like good as cooking, just make sure they're not too small as pieces, because it's not gonna work. You have to make sure they're not too small. And flip it. Just make sure it's squishy. Now if you want, if they're way too big, you just cut them to smaller chunks, but not too much. There we go. Looks like it's almost done. Before it's done, now you're gonna make sure you prepare your things, your tomato, your onions, and your jalapenos, and make sure before it's done, you put it in here. So now it's perfect time. Put it in here. Just don't be afraid. Just let it smooth and put it in there. Now, what you have to do is make sure you mix it together. It's gonna make a lot of noise. That's a good thing. That means it's cooking. So make sure you just move it a little bit. Make sure they smooth. Make sure the tomatoes go everywhere. Make sure the jalapenos slide against the egg. Then you can get that extra taste. And you just let it sit there for a while. Make sure all they go. Now, what you have to do is get some narcisa. It's basically almost required. If you don't, it's not going to taste good. It's just going to taste plain old eggs. But what I do is you get basically almost like a half spoon, like that much. This is a teaspoon. So you just move it like this, slowly, and you're done. Don't put no more. But it depends on how much the servings you do. Just keep moving them. Oh, I think I put a little bit too many jalapenos. Oh my god, it's a little spicy, but that's okay. It depends on how many jalapenos. If you want it spicy, like just regular Mexican styled eggs, you put like the full jalapenos. If you want it extra spicy, like, then you put 2 or 1.5. I suggest 1.5. I don't want you to get like freaking Taco Bell in your stomach, so don't do it. Then after that, when you see that it's getting a little bit too brown, now you're gonna get a little bit of water. I'll get some water. And then you just put a little bit for now. so it can cook. The tomatoes and the onions can cook. Now you can see it's all getting together. When you add the water, the eggs they're not gonna change color anymore. Make sure you don't put a lot of water at the beginning, because if you do, it's gonna get like really like soaky and wet, and all of the taste is just gonna go away. So you always don't put too much water, because it's gonna soak it up and it's not gonna taste good. Make sure you put a little bit of water, basically like 1 sip, and that's it. And you move it a little bit more, and you just do this for like a minute and 30 seconds, and then you add a little bit more, and then you'll be done. But then you just keep doing it. Just move it a little bit. Don't move it too much. If you want, you can move it as long. It's not gonna hurt the egg. But you just let it stay there and cool down. Looks like almost all of the water evaporated, so you put a little bit more. If you want that extra spice, I suggest some pepper. You just do just 1 big one, and that's it. Funny story is, when I made this, I don't know how to measure pepper. I thought pepper was really light. It's pretty strong. One time I did 3 big spins. It tasted like pepper. It did not taste good. I literally just ended. It was not good. It was so bad I had to throw it away. Yeah, so don't put 3. Just put like 1, and that's it. That's for like extra flavor. If you don't want that, if you don't like pepper, then don't put it. Alright, looks like the egg is good. If you want, you can try it. Just get your wooden spoon and try it. That's 5 stars right there. What? I'm inventing a new system. 8 stars out of unicorns. That's how you know it's mwah. That's when you see a dank mean. They're so good. When you can see the tomatoes like almost dissolving, like turning into liquid, almost like that. When you can put the wooden spoon and put it like between like this, that's when you know it's almost done. And for the final one, just put a little bit more. That's it. Just let it go there for a little bit more, longer, for literally 40 more seconds, and you'll be done for the day. Alright, looks like it's done. Now you turn it off, or it's gonna set on fire. You get the plate, and you put it in the plate. There you go. You're done. But if you want to make it perfect Mexican dish for dinner or lunch or breakfast, it could be breakfast if you want, but I prefer lunch because it's a big lunch. What you need to do is to get one of these. I have no idea what this is, but it's called a comal. And what you do, this is required for everything, every single time. Tortillas. No tortillas, this will not taste amazing. This is not gonna be 8 stars out of unicorns. It's not. Okay? After you do this, we're gonna go to step 3, the taste test. We'll see that in a couple of seconds. You got your Mexican dish, you got your eggs, you got your tortilla. Now we're gonna go ahead and put it to the taste tester. Alright. What do you say? Is it good? Is it bad? 2 thumbs up. You see that? That's 2 thumbs up. That's really good. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining my tutorial, and the next time I'll show you how to find a real unicorn in the end of the rainbow. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Bye. Say bye.